What's up, guys? As you can see, we are not in our normal environment. We are at Texas Motor Speedway and it is track day, baby. What we're doing today here is we have joined with Lippert Components. They're our axle provider. They've got new hot technology. Back in the fall at the trade show, you might have seen us talking about ABS technology. So what we're doing today is we've got 3 thrill rides set up. It's a closed event where we've got some folks here, got dealers in, to really feel the difference of this ABS technology, the stopping distance, the sway control, the overall just awesome technology that we are bringing to market here shortly. So go with me throughout the day. We're going to be filming all the different events that are happening. All right, so for our first test trailer, it's a 24-foot HXD. It's a 208, so it's got 2 8,000-pound axles. It's loaded with a little over a 12,000-pound SkyTrack, and what we're using this one for is the sway control. So the way the ABS works, it's got wheel speed sensors built into inside of each hub, constantly monitoring how fast each hub is spinning, revolutions. And as you're going down the highway, say you're going 60 miles an hour, you yank the wheel, trailers tend to sway. They go back and forth, and sometimes it can cause a catastrophic event. Well, what happens with the ABS is it is constantly monitoring that wheel speed. When it senses a radical change in wheel speed on one side than the other, it automatically applies the brakes to straighten the vehicle out and push the truck straight forward, getting away from or preventing some kind of accident or really bad situation. So our second simulation is with this LPT 208. It's a 14-foot bumper pull. The purpose of this demonstration will be on a slick track. We have set up a, I don't know, few 100-foot long slick track, watering it with soap and things. And what they'll be doing is they actually have no weight inside of this one to where that it will slip and slide more easily. But obviously what we're doing is simulating either wet, snowy, icy, slick conditions and how well the ABS still keeps the truck going in a straight line and, you know, keeps you safe. The next trailer, the FMAX 212, what they're doing is called dynamic brake boost. And he is getting going, I don't know, 50, 60 miles an hour and coming down through here and really jamming on the brakes. And why we call it dynamic brake boost is the ABS is working to keep them from locking up the wheels and tires, but it's also metering how much pressure it puts on each wheel and tire, or each brake assembly, I should say. And so the dynamic brake boost, what the performance gain on that is, it's actually gaining 32 feet shorter stopping distance at 62 miles an hour with an 8,000-pound load. This is 10,000-pound load, but nonetheless, it is much shorter stopping distance. That's the difference in your bumper being in the back seat of a Corolla or not, which is, I don't know about you, but I don't want to find out. And so yeah, the dynamic brake boost part of the ABS is awesome.
What we're going to be doing in this ride along here is we'll do 2 laps. We'll head down that way and then we'll come flying in this way like you've been seeing. So the first one is going to be with dynamic brake boost off. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off here. It's just this little toggle. So now the dynamic brake boost feature is off. It still has the standard ABS system. ABS is always active on it. But I could toggle that off. So all it's going to do right now, my gain is set to 6.5, and that'll be the max that it'll output and the max that the trailer will apply. So if it does see any wheel slip, we've been seeing a little bit on some of the wet sections we're going through. It'll engage the ABS system and help us slow down safely, keep it under control. And then the second lap, we'll head back down there and then come down this way about 45, 50 miles an hour. And at that point, dynamic brake boost, I'll turn it back on. And what will happen then is gain will still be set to 6.5 on the truck's trailer brake controller. That's the most signal it'll send. But then what we'll do is we will interpret, we have a IMU, a motion sensor on the module itself. It'll see that we're trying to do a panic brake stop or a high deceleration, as if a vehicle or a deer or something like that ran out in front of you. And in that situation, it's going to see not only the brake signal, but also the physical deceleration, and it'll ramp it up to the maximum brake pressure that we can apply. The reason we're able to do that is because with ABS, if it didn't have ABS, standard trailer brake, you say you're gaining 10, it's going to lock up the brakes. It's going to be squirrely, going all over the place. With ABS, just like your vehicle, if you're in a slick situation, instead of just skidding all over the place, it's going to work the wheels around until you get that grip. It's constantly monitoring for wheel slippage, and then as soon as it sees that you have heavy grip again, it'll take it out of ABS and go back to standard braking so you can stop safely.
Question.
Yeah.
So the dynamic brake boost has to be turned on so it can be detecting all that?
So the dynamic brake boost only has to be turned on if you want it to ramp up beyond the gain that you have your trailer brake controller set to. Right now we have it turned off, so ABS is still active at all times.
Okay.
It's only if you have these features on is when you get them. So I believe from the factory, both the true course sway mitigation that you guys will do out there, as well as the dynamic brake boost that we're about to see, those are on from default. So right now I have my phone paired directly to it via Bluetooth connection, so I can change these while I'm stopped. As soon as I'm moving, you'll see these two drop out. It recognizes the wheel speed of the trailer, and then it turns off that feature. But ABS is always on, and then if you have the app and you pair that, then you can connect and see your odometer and then turn on and off the true course and dynamic brake boost. For me personally, 99% of the time, I leave those on my trailer.
I was gonna say, why would you turn it on?
The only situations that some people want to turn those off is like if you're taking a gooseneck like this to a job site and it's going to be off camera, or you're going up the side of a mountain with it or something like that for snowmobiles. Then those situations, some people do want to turn it off, but me personally, I leave it on pretty much all the time.
Okay.
So like I said, dynamic brake boost is off, so this will just be standard braking with ABS. It's part of the Intel brake package. We'll get up to about 40-45 miles an hour, and then we'll do a hard stop on the dry pavement.
Yep.
Alright, so that's with the dynamic brake boost off. So that's just if it did slip. It slipped a little bit, it'll go into standard ABS. Truck was in ABS, but we'll go ahead and turn it back on, and then we'll do another lap so you can see that difference.
Hey, but good thing is that we have the ABS system on the trailers, and it's saving a lot of life on the brakes on this truck right now.
You'd be surprised, it actually does. So we've got a whole fleet of trailers that we've developed on, both Diamond Sea trailers and several campers, and we lease new trucks every year, but we've never had to replace brakes on a truck. And they have seen some very, very hard miles of harsh braking.
I see a lot of potential, like the hotshot people.
Yes.
You know, they have to maintenance their brakes, they have to maintenance their trucks a lot throughout the month because they're hauling heavy.
Yeah.
Having something that's going to support their truck is, at the end of the year, they're going to save a lot of money.
Exactly. We're going to go up to about 45-50 miles an hour here. We'll do the same thing, just with the dynamic brake boost on. See, turn green on there, let us know that it was working. If you look at the fire hydrant right there, we're stopped at the same spot. We're going 10 miles an hour faster.
And it didn't chuck us around in the truck nearly as bad.
Impressive.
That's a big difference.
It's one of those things where you can read about it all day, you can watch the videos, but until you're actually seat in, like button seat, you don't really fully understand. Wow. So I've got the game set at 5 right now. And all I did there was just literally sit on the brakes.
So now what are we doing?
We're gonna do the exact same thing, but we're gonna do it on the linoleum.
Okay.
Which is
Right.
about, right now I think I put down about 6 gallons of soap on there. And a lot of water.
Here we go.
Alright.
Yay!
Next one, we're gonna jump onto that side of the low coefficient surface.
That was
I'm
really
gonna go
fast
right at
off.
those cones, and at the last second, I'm gonna jerk it over to the left while applying the brakes. And what you'll see is the trailer, normally in that kind of situation without ABS, the trailer's gonna want to slide out. And with ABS, what it's gonna do is basically we're just tightening the rope tension between the tow vehicle and the trailer. And what that's gonna allow the trailer to do is just follow the same length the truck's taking. And the huge selling point for this is now you don't have to
have to make a maneuver or something. Because as long as you're paying attention to what the truck's doing, the trailer's going to do the exact same thing. And,
Wow.
missed it all.
That's too easy. Like, you need to do it just like
faster. I mean,
yeah.
I get up to speed here. There's some chicane through here. We'll go about 40 miles an hour through there, and you'll see that this won't activate. It's just a little left and right. It's just normal country road driving. But when we get on the back straight, I'll have the system activate. I'll kind of saw at the wheel, get the trailer swaying back and forth, and the system will activate. You can see we went through that section pretty smooth, some left and right. The system didn't false activate. It's exactly what we want. So now once we come around this turn here, we'll get on the back straight. We'll get up to 50, and I'll do a little, like I said, oscillation back and forth, get that trailer swaying. I wish I had a diesel, I could get up to speed a little faster. Okay, so we're up to 50, and I'm just gonna get a steering input. You can see that trailer's swaying a little bit back there, but that's as far as it's gonna go. And you can see that there's an event in progress right now. So, and then once everything settles down, the trailer's out, I stop giving a steering input, the system goes back to its ready state. It's ready to accept another event like that. So the system is proportional. The more the trailer is swaying, the harder the system comes in. So if it's a light little sway, it just lightly comes in and straightens everything out. If it's swaying really bad, it hits the brakes harder. So it's dependent on how the event is happening. So there is another component to this. It's not just trailer sway. We have sort of a evasive maneuver, like assistance. So when you make an evasive maneuver, you do like a hard left and then straighten out. The trailer tends to want to swing way out and start whipping back and forth. This trailer is 16,000 pounds. It's not a light trailer. I'm gonna do a 50 miles an hour, do a hard left and a hard right, and you'll see that trailer will want to go out and it'll slowly come back. We have to control that coming back to center. If we don't, it tends to overcorrect and start a sway event. So we're gonna do a full lane change right here. So you can see there was an event happen, and it's once the trailer settles down, the event goes away, and everything's okay.
I can certainly feel it in the trailer back there.
Yep. Yeah, you can kind of feel it dragging us a little bit because it was hitting the brakes. That was an extreme event, so it was hitting the brakes pretty hard there.
Yeah.
Without the system, it would have just been whipping back and forth. We loaded this tongue light, so it naturally wants to sway a little bit too.
And this swaying, that's about the most dangerous condition I can think of on a trailer as well. You know?
Absolutely. We put a ton of time into this thing.
I can imagine.
So I'm going to do that maneuver one more time, but I'm going to do it the other way so you can kind of see it in the mirror. One, back. You can see it. Wow. That's it. Still trying to straighten it out, and once it settles down, then the event's over. The system's back to ready, and everything's okay. It's really a great system.
I mean, it works so well. It's hard to tell just how dangerous, how to the limit that actually was. That trailer got thrown way over to the side right there.
And without the system, it'd be thrown to the side a lot harder.
Sure.
Like even during the first maneuver, because the system activates right away. As soon as it detects that, almost like it's an evasive maneuver, we're looking at, there's like a G sensor on the trailer, and it's monitoring what's happening. It's using the wheel speed sensors as well. And once it detects that like initial hard turn in, it activates to try to slow the rotation of the trailer down. And that's the name of the game. So once it gets out there, you don't want it, again, like I said, you don't want it to come flying back. You want it to come back nice and easy. so it doesn't overcorrect.
Man, today was awesome. The whole thing was first class like usual. Two of my favorites. I loved riding in the NASCAR. I think that's going to be most people's favorite, but more importantly, in terms of Diamond C, the HXD, we had a SkyTrack on the back, took a lap around, and the driver was cutting the wheel left and right. Not a chance I would do that myself. Straight as that trailer pulled behind it, and really, it just tied the string between the trailer and the truck. Super impressive, excited about the ABS system.
Blows my mind that we can run 20,000 pounds on a trailer and stop the way that we just did.
It's crazy.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
If you wanted to know, that's my opinion.
We love it.
What was your favorite thing about today?
Well, of course, riding in the car, going around the track. But as far as the hands-on testing out there, the sway control, that was my favorite. That really dangerous situation that new technology could help with, along with the braking. It's just all been great. I've told Jessica a few times it's the best day at work ever. I haven't made any money today, but other than that, it is the best day at work ever.
What do you think about ABS?
Oh, it's awesome. Game changer. Wouldn't believe it if I didn't feel it myself. So,
especially from a safety aspect as well.
I would definitely say the HXD, that sway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive for sure. There wasn't much like precursor to know what we're going to be doing. So when he whipped that wheel, I thought for sure we're going to wipe out, but I think that thing held steady.
I'm already thinking about how we need to transfer this data to our customer base. Not everybody's going to obviously be able to take a ride along. So how do we as dealers, manufacturer on your side, create the content to portray this same feeling, this emotional feeling? Because if you've ever been in a sway event before, it's extremely scary. If you've ever rolled a trailer, I haven't, but it's scary, right? So how do we transfer this to the customers where it makes sense and they see value in that? But it was awesome, really good. Yeah, totally worth us being here.
Whew, it has been a long day. We started early this morning getting all set up. Obviously you saw that, you've seen all the activities for today. It is a wrap. This event was a massive success. You know, dealers climbing out of these vehicles after feeling what the ABS does was really affirming it's the right direction. And again, this technology is going to be a game changer, you know, for the safety of our customers, and just the efficiency of braking in the trailer world is going to be changed. Look for it coming soon. Diamond C Trailers.